Hello Uganda and beyond. This is UBC Lunchtime News and I am Brian Tumwine Biaruhanga. Now, today marks a very historic moment that the world awaits the new Pope as he's going to be elected in Vatican City. Now, with cardinals voting in secrecy to choose the next Catholic leader, over 1 billion followers are watching for the white smoke. Now, UBC will be bringing to you live everything that will be happening in the Vatican City. Now, to our first story. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has attributed the recurring violence and disruptions seen during the NRM political roadmap to selfish interest and personal ambitions, overriding the true purpose of leadership and public service. Now, speaking from his country home in Rachtura, just hours after the lower primaries, the president warned that Uganda's democracy is at risk and citizens should not continue and prioritize over interests. Now, we have the details.
So that when you are mobilizing people...
Then we are asking, as the head of the conclave of the NRM part, as the chairperson, are you aware that violence has become party and parcel to this exercise?
Well, I don't have I have not been monitoring the whole country. Let me monitor first, then I will be able to comment. But the whole thing is about people understanding the role of leadership. Because as I've told you, I was here leading these people with my colleagues, the students, leaders, in the 1960s, who were not members of parliament, who were not looking for office. We were okulumirwa. Now, if you come with a motive of yourself, either to be a leader or to be a leader and to get a big position, then you are, that's how you would think it's like a matter of life and death. Life and death for what? Because you are Olumusawo, Oyamba, you are helping the people to get out of their problems. Like this time when we were telling them, some were listening to us, some were not listening, but we didn't mind, we just passed the message. Why should I fight with anybody for that? There will be those of wrong motives will either learn or they will be exposed.
Now to our next story. Now, several villages in Arua district and Arua city conducted peaceful elections in the National Resistance Movement Party primaries for the LC flag bearers. Now, however, elections in the 17 cells in Arua city were called off during by the insurgents that were in the elections. We have the details from Arua city.
It is going on well. Arua village is going on with a lot of understanding, no confusion. People understood what voting is, I guess, sense.
The election of LC1 and the mainstream of today in Arua village, it is moving very well. And then the voters came also enough. I think there is no quarrel, there is no complaint, and they are doing well.
Sonny Alfred Angoyo. I contested for the post of LC1, Arua village, so I won the race. Why I stood to become the chairperson in LC1 of this village, I've seen my current leader is not so transparent with the people. Any government program which comes does not reach the locals. That's why I have decided to stand. And because of that, people trusted me.
Generally, the elections was good. It was peaceful. And it went on well. Though I lost it on genuine ground. I appreciate. And for those who has been elected, and we expect good work and progress. And I will stand by the principles of NRM. I've lost. We shall be behind the winner.
Now to our next story. Over 50 LC1 chairpersons in Soroti district and Soroti city have retained their seats with a majority re-elected, unopposed in the ongoing NRM primaries that ended yesterday. Now, among those re-elected without opposition were Stephen Opejo of Cell D and Central Ward, and John Opio of Ejalu Cell Pioneer Ward, both praised by voters for offering free services, including letter stamping. We have the details.
I've been declared unopposed as NRM LC1 chairman for Cell A, Wary Road. And the reason I've come is I want to remove my people out of poverty, help them get PDM, clean the cell because our cell has a lot of garbage. I want to sort out that.
Elected unopposed. My people of my area love me so much, and I've been working with them in a good way, in a good manner. So
my name is Occupational, Cell E. I'm very happy I went unopposed. I work for my people, give them PDM. Thank you.
I am Okila and Tom. I went unopposed, Central Ward, Cell C. I thank my people of entrusting me with a flag of the village chairperson, NRM, and I promise PDM is coming nearer.
All the 7 cells, the LC1s all went unopposed. Some of them retained, in fact, their positions. Some of them retained their positions. And the elections were free and fair.
Now, still talking elections from Soroti, now we go straight to Jinja. Now, in Jinja, the violence mad, I beg your pardon. Now, violence mad, the NRM primaries in Jinja after allegations surfaced that candidates hired non-residents to vote. Now, at Main Street Primary School polling station, the vote was cancelled. Now, despite this, one of the candidates still declared victory in a chaotic scene. Let's see what took place in Jinja.
Let's have re-elections. Re-elections are fair election, not this thing of bringing people from everywhere they come and elect in a place that is not yours. Right now they are not here. They are all gone. The main street people are here. They are here.
I bought all of my children. Girls and women, boys and men now. So how do they bring us a man we have never seen on the main street?
My name is Henry Batambuze, Chairman, Main Street Cell. We are supposed to have elections today, primaries for NRM, Chairman, Mainstream, and the Chairman.
I have come as a youth to stand and have won the election of...
Me, I'm sure they want to declare the winner is the registrar of that village. But it was not there.
Many streets.
For instance, Rivers Road did not vote. Rock, at the same time, other areas in Jinja here.
Election was cancelled because there was violence.
Because all of them, they work in that main street village. They are my friends because I've taken along with them.
We called the police came in and manned the situation. So we agreed that we stop the elections. So election was cancelled.
Now, from elections, let's go to the DRC-Uganda border peace. Now, security officials from Uganda's West Nile and the Bunyoro regions and the Mahagi territory in the DR Congo have concluded a series of border meetings aimed at fostering peace and security. Now, these meetings were spearheaded by Lieutenant General Idi Taban, Deputy Director General of Uganda's Internal Security Organization, and Mahagi Administrator, Colonel Daisano Lalua Jakiz. We have the details.
Security chiefs in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo and their counterparts of Uganda have agreed on the promotion of peaceful coexistence between citizens of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda in championing peace in the two countries. This was on Monday during the signing of communique in Mahagi town in a bid to strengthen cross-border security between the two countries. Signing of the joint cross-border communique at Mahagi town of DRC was spearheaded by the Deputy Director General of Internal Security Organization in charge of West Nile and Eastern Congo, Lieutenant General Idi Taban, who led the Ugandan delegation, and Colonel Disanua Lalua Jakiz, the administrator of Mahagi territory, who led the Congolese delegation.
When I came back here before, on our Congo side, it was very worse. When Ugandans cross this side in Uganda, in Congo, problem, barriers. But when we started the meeting with Lieutenant General Johnny Lubaka, who's the governor of Ituri province, we started in Arua. We went to Ariwara. We came back to Arua. We are now in Mahagi. Before Mahagi, we were in Nebi. All that is looking for peace.
According to Lieutenant General Idi Taban, there is a need to educate citizens from both sides to understand the importance of coexistence as a tool to peace between DRC and Uganda.
We have to educate and give educations to our people here, telling them that they have to bear in their mind that they have their brothers in Uganda. If there is any challenge, any issue regarding maybe their safety or what and so on, let them report to us, and we have to do the same also. And then the populations observe that authorities are together working jointly. They will feel that we have to be one also like our authorities.
The in charge of the Mahagi liaison sector, Catherine Akumu Mavenjina, appreciated the collaboration between the presidents of Uganda and DRC for the initiatives they have created for peace in communities.
I want to add my voice in thanking both him and President Tshisekedi for really thinking seriously about peace, security, and development in our two countries. I must say for a very, very long time, we have depended on one another in terms of trade, in terms of joy, and would like our good relations to continue.
Colonel Disanoa Lalua Jakiz, the administrator of Mahagi territory, reaffirmed his commitment for good relations existing between the two presidents of Uganda and the DRC.
N'attendons pas qu'il y ait des problèmes pour entrer en contact avec nos frères.
Yeah, means there is no need to wait that an issue be erased or an issue appears or cut. No, we have to get to be in touch at each and every time so that we can be able sharing all our ideas on the mechanism, on the strategies to set up. and that will make the team to be able to address small things which can affect our relationship.
The communique focused on cross-border security, countering cross-border of immigration and promotion of cross-border trade, among others. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
From there, let's head to Kiswahili. Now, in a continued effort to strengthen regional integration and economic cooperation within the East African community, the government is encouraging schools to prioritize the teaching of Swahili. Now, Lieutenant Alan Konya from the Uganda People's Defense Forces Air Force made the remarks while addressing parents, teachers and learners at Seta Junior School in Nabuti, Mukono district. Let's see this report.
It is now almost 3 years since government issued a directive urging schools, especially at lower levels, to promote Kiswahili instruction. The move aims to enhancing regional competitiveness and economic development at Swahili, as Swahili is widely spoken across East Africa.
As a school, in the school system, Kiswahili is a subject. Being a subject, it also gives a chance to students, not even those who have not taken it on as a subject, but you can use that advantage to learn it from friends, but also from teachers. During a leadership handover event at Seta Junior School, Lieutenant Alan Konya commended schools for instilling leadership skills among learners and urged continued support for Kiswahili education. It's a recommendation for every country, especially East Africa, to be able to learn Kiswahili for both your own benefit, but also as a language that has been emphasized in the East African anthem. The East African anthem in itself, so speaking Kiswahili in itself can help you if you are, say, a businessman who has gone to Kenya or who has gone to Tanzania. It enables you to relate very well. The school's head teacher, Brian Serugo, also called on parents to be actively involved in guiding their children during holidays to prevent them from engaging in harmful activities.
Congratulating all the students leaders with commission today upon reaching this achievement. In the same vein, I want to encourage them to lead by example, to be role models to the rest, and to serve genuinely. Mary Namkose, Salongo Kasibante, UBC News.
Special gifts. May you raise up your special gift? Mary Namokose and Salongo Kasibante for that report. Now let's go to the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health and the consortium of experts from universities of Africa and European countries are conducting a stakeholders engagement in Entebbe, Uganda, to disseminate the research findings report for a cross-disciplinary alliance to identify, predict and prepare for the emerging vector-borne disease project. Now, this project, conducted in 2021 to 2025, according to Professor Anne Sophie, the team leader, says the study project focused on tick mosquito and snail vectors of a handful diseases like bacteria and parasites and the Rift Valley fever that are currently a threat to animal and human health in Africa, but also increasingly in Europe with the climate change affecting the spread. Sula Kagugube has the rest of the story.
So that's the vector-borne diseases, but the problem that we are specifically trying to address is that this problem in many places in the world, both in Europe and in Africa, is actually a growing problem. They are not in a steady state. They are very much affected by climate change, changes in temperature, changes in precipitational patterns. So that means that we are seeing an increase in outbreaks of various diseases, including, for instance, Rift Valley fever, dengue, West Nile virus, chikungunya, fasciolosis, and schistosomiasis. And this is a global phenomenon because these diseases do not know borders. So that means we are affected in Europe and we are affected to a high degree in Africa. So it is a problem that we are sharing. And due to this, the impact of climate change, this is very often something that also catches headlights in the media, because new diseases sometimes arrive in areas that are not, where the diseases are not familiar to people. They can be a challenge to tackle for the health communities, and they can be a challenge to tackle just in general, because organisms move in that we were not aware of could actually appear. And in essence, this is what we would like to try and address from a very, very broad perspective in this project.
So we did investigate the burden of this disease in human populations as well as animals, because the epidemiology of this disease is tagged to animals. Basically, we are collecting samples from farms in those locations, as well as animals that are brought to slaughter in the abattoirs, as well as testing people who work in these abattoirs. Overall, we examined over 2,000 samples from animals and over 300 specimens from humans, and we did found out that out of the 365 individuals that we tested, we were able to identify 2 cases of human infections for the very first time since this study has been done in Uganda.
We have a One Health platform where the directors of animal health, human health, wildlife, water environment sit together and look at the issues affecting their sectors that can be shared across the board. Implementation issues taken down through our departments for implementation. So that framework exists in Uganda, and I'm sure that areas that require that kind of approach are also going to be looked at. What has been lacking as a gap is the ability to share data.
Now let's go to the former LOP, that is Matthias Mpuga. Now, we shall meet in court. This is the message from the former leader of opposition, Matthias Mpuga, to the National Unity Platform. Now, Mpuga is to consider court redress after Chagulanyi, while addressing a press conference on Tuesday, now accused the latter of orchestrating the recent case dubbed Chijambia, which witnessed the detention of members of parliament, that is Alan Sewanyana and the late Mohammed Segirinya. Now, Mpuga responded to the claims, describing them as baseless and actions to divert the citizenry from the main struggle for change. We have the details.
Don't get intimidated by abuses and insults. I have been abused, insulted, my family abused and insulted for more than 2 years. We rise every day. My children go to school. I feed them. My family is alive like any other family. I don't think that Mr. Chagulanyi's family has become any better. Probably he's gotten more wealthier. So I want to encourage you, please come out. Stop the cowardice, because we fear to be abused. Everybody has been abused. His Majesty the Kabaka has been abused. The Navigator has been abused. The Karikiro has been abused. The archbishops of Namirembe and Luaga have been abused. So what do you fear? So this is what we have. If you accept to surrender, this is what we have for a leader. So I want to invite all change-seeking forces to reflect yourselves. This is what we have. So this is the man who's supposed to lead us into a new Uganda. So, in a very long time, now idiocy has a permanent address. We need to correct ourselves and see a new direction. So So I want to encourage us to stick to the issues and move on. Finally, for us to be able to settle some of these issues, Mr. Chagulanyi, Mr. Sonya and the ilk, we shall meet in court. Probably they will help court and the families that are demanding for justice to go and tell court what they know. Because they seem to know a bit about what happened in Masaka. I think the best place for them to help the nation understand it better is court. So I wish them luck, but I want to encourage again Ugandans who want to see New Uganda not to give up, not to be diverted. We know the task Mr. Chagulanyi was given, but Ugandans were not so clear about it. I tried to encourage him to be strong. I failed. I was fought. Thankfully, I have some courage with me, not to really be diverted. Please rise, rise, and rise. Thank you.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Special announcement from the Baseline Education Census 2025. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Sports, is conducting the Baseline Education Census 2025. This exercise will cover all learning institutions in the country for both government and private establishments, namely pre-primary, primary, secondary, vocational, and higher institutions of learning. The Baseline Education Census exercise data collection is being conducted in a phased manner, starting with Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area, comprising of districts of Kampala, Mukono, and Wakiso. The rollout to all other regions will commence at the beginning of second term. The Baseline Education Census collects information on learners, teachers, and school facilities to facilitate planning and policy decisions in the education sector. Uganda Bureau of Statistics appeals to the general public, heads of schools and institutions, as well as the local government authorities to cooperate with the BEC enumerators. In a special way, UBOS appeals to all parents of the learners to support the exercise by availing learners with their correct date of birth, national identification number, and learner's identification number. For more information, please call 0772 933 628 or 0743 787 189 from Dr. Chris Mukiza, Executive Director.
Mikulu Business Expo kumi pirabiri mwetano ine komyewo wakati wena zomezi mwenda paka 11 Mei Lugugu Uma Showgrounds event service providers naba business endala zonna mwandu bademwa yuna Mikulu Business Expo kumi pirabiri mwetano emidala jiri kumitwalo nkaga ino bronze mitwalo 8 ku silver ate gold yakakadde kalamba kogata platinum yakamuchi tundu okuyingira Mikulu Business Expo kumi pirabiri mwetano kwa 15 zokka kati wasasula omudala bakusasulidde ekifo tenti emmeeza entebe 2 kwogata amasannyalaze ne security okumanya ebisingawo ku 0770 620 292 oba 0776 620 292 biteeddwa mu ssente Photogenics Limited, Lean Events, Crane Performers, Chabasa Pharma, BBS Telefina, UBC, Rosy Roots, City Bridals, Joyce Sonko Textiles, Channel Ladies Choice, Njuvu Estates, Junico Rio Deco, Victory Travel Center, Tender Gardens, Eco Farm Pharmacy, Mikolo Magazine, ne Pepsi.
Here just searching, still deciding, what am I watching? We are what? Unstoppable! We are what? Unstoppable! I'm at my business, enjoying success, not just an address, all about progress. We are what? Unstoppable! We are what? Unstoppable! That was to it. With what internet? 4K HD, non-stop action. We are what? Unstoppable! We are what? Unstoppable! Jerry car. With MTN, we are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our progress is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Hey, Okero. Hey, Kajambo. Mukasa. Where are you going with the family?
Oh no.
Hey.
We are on our way to the polling station. The Electoral Commission is displaying the National Voters Register. And I need to make sure my name is on it.
Oh.
And Sophie here wants to confirm her voter details. We are all warming up for elections together.
What about these young men? I can see you.
These ones are no longer boys. They are now men. Last election, they were too young to vote. But now, they are ready to vote.
Mukasa, you have really inspired me. Now let me also go home and pick my wife so that we can check the details in the register. Okay. See you on the polling station.
The National Voters Register will be displayed at your polling station from 25th April to 15th May 2025. Please do not miss this chance to confirm your polling station and your voter details. Report the dead for removal from the register and those who appear more than once. Every vote matters. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Uganda.
A very welcome back to UBC Lunchtime News. Now let's talk business. Uganda is set to host the Africa Zero Conference 2025 on the occupational safety and health, scheduled to take place from August the 27th to the 29th. Now, the conference is organized by the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development in collaboration with the International Social Security Association. Now, the goal is to promote zero harm workplace environment, aiming for zero disease, zero injuries, and zero fatalities at our places of work. We have the details.
International Vision Zero Africa Conference 2025 as a stepping stone to social and economic development. So this conference is scheduled to take place at Speak Resort Munyonyo from the 27th to the 29th of August 2025. I've already mentioned that this conference is very important for Uganda, East Africa, but Africa as a whole, because it seeks to accelerate social and economic development, and is also a vital reminder that ensuring worker safety and health is not only a moral obligation, but a fundamental pillar to sustainable productivity, competitiveness, and decent work.
Vision Zero is not only a strategy, it's a movement in our world now. More than 100 countries are implementing Vision Zero strategy. And why is it so successful? It's easy to understand, easy to follow. We have 7 golden rules And these rules, if you implement it, everything will change. And we have a lot of examples all over the world that accident rates are going down up to 80% after some years.
Then when we get to those workplaces, we have also found challenges of employers not providing enough information to their workers. They will, for example, require the workers maybe to do certain tasks, but they've not given them, they've not done the risk assessment, but they've also not given the workers information about the hazards associated with their work, and so the workers are doing things without knowing that they're actually exposing themselves.
Now let's go to Vatican. Now the world's eyes are on Vatican City as the Catholic Church prepares to elect a new pope. Now the papal conclave, rooted in centuries of tradition, formally begins this Wednesday, May 7th, inside the Sistine Chapel. Now this follows the peaceful passing of Pope Francis on Easter Monday at the age of 88. We have the details. I earlier on compiled this report for you. With the see of Peter now vacant, 133 cardinal electors from over 70 countries face the solemn task of choosing the next bishop of Rome. Secluded at the Domus Sante Marthe, this most diverse conclave in history will cast their votes beneath Michelangelo's Last Judgment in silence and prayer.
Cardinale, cosa vengo?
A two-thirds majority is required. After each vote, ballots are burned. Black smoke for no decision, white smoke for success. Divides are evident. Cardinals from Africa and Asia largely support Francis' progressive legacy, while many in Europe seek a return to tradition. Quiet momentum surroundings Cardinals Pietro Parolin of Italy, Luis Antonio Tango of the Philippines, Peter Edo of Hungary, and Reinhard Marx of Germany, each representing different visions for the church.
Così Dio mi aiuti.
Così Dio mi aiuti e così Santi Vangeli che tocco la mia mano.
Santi Vangeli che tocco con le mie mani.
Così Dio mi aiuti e questi Santi Vangeli che tocco con la mia mano.
Così Dio mi aiuti e questi santi Evangeli che tocco con la mia mano.
Così Dio mi aiuti e questi santi Vangeli che tocco con la mia mano.
The new pontiff will inherit major challenges, financial strain, doctrinal tensions, global unrest, and the long shadow of abuse scandals while guiding 1.4 billion Catholics. Pope Francis' 12-year legacy of humility and inclusion looms large as secrecy tightens and final preparations conclude. The world awaits white smoke and the ancient words. Habemus Papam. We have a pope. Brian Tumwine Ruhanga, UBC News. Wow, that is a story from Vatican, and I compiled it. Now, UBC lunchtime news has come to an end, but please don't forget to catch us later. That is at 6:30 for Habari and at 7 for Lero, and UBC tonight at 8 and 10. From myself and the entire newsroom, let me wish you a very good afternoon and God